Hi, this is Lori Jacobs, and I'm a holistic health practitioner. I went to school at American College of Healthcare Sciences, and I actually graduated when I was 60 years old. And the reason I went to school for this was because my husband was full-time in the ministry, and we didn't have insurance. And so a lot of stuff I used to, when the kids got sick or we didn't feel good or things went wrong, we'd pray about it, and God would just little by little, and I'd research, and he would show me things. And I want to talk about some of these items, and then if you have any questions, you can ask me some questions. If it's something that's not on the topic that we're on tonight, I'll try to write the questions down, and so that the next one we can deal with that, okay? The first one, I titled it, "Let Food Be Thy Medicine," because Hippocrates said that quote, and it's because our bodies need the real food. They need natural food. And I'm noticing, like, all through my life, there's different foods that actually do heal your body, or at least, restore wellness, I should say. So we'll start with chaga, okay? And if you like any of the videos, you just tap like on the screen like that, and you can give me some hearts. That gives you credit. So anyways. Okay, so the first one is chaga. I don't know if anybody's familiar. Is anybody here familiar with chaga or chaga tea? Chaga mushroom? No? Well, chaga, it looks like, grows on the birch trees, and it looks like a piece of black coal. I don't know if anybody has birch trees where you live, but it's usually in the cold climates like Siberia or Maine, northern states. But it grows, like when a piece of it breaks, it grows this nodule, and it's like, it looks like a piece of black coal, okay? And I have videos on there if you want to see what it looks like. I do have videos on my wall of how to make a tincture with it. So how I found out about it was because if you look at my hands, okay, I had arthritis. I said had, okay? When I started drinking chaga, I couldn't believe it. It was just amazing because I used to be so stiff. And I was watching a video on birch trees because we were looking at some land to buy, and it had a lot of birch trees. So I wanted to learn to tap birch trees because I like birch soda. Well, anyways, I come across Dr. Cass Ingram. He's from Canada, and he was hiking in the forest, and he was looking for chaga on a birch tree. And it just happened to come up, and he said, I couldn't get over it. He said how nutritious it was, and how it's high in vitamin C, and it tastes, when you make it, like I use it every day, and it also makes you look, it's so great for your skin. What I do is I used to buy the big chunks. I still have tons of them, but they're really hard. And I have some of the ground, but I usually just buy it from a place on eBay. It's called Siberian chaga. But it comes in a tea bag form, and you can put that tea bag in like a pot of boiling water, and you'll make a whole pot. I'm not talking one tea. It'll make a whole pot. And what it does is I mix that with my coffee, okay? And it gets, he said when he started it, he was like struggling to get up in the morning. And he said after he started drinking it, he was waking up at like 5 o'clock, 5:30, and he had energy. And he was like, well, I don't know why, And that's what the chaga does. It's amazing. The outside of the chaga, they said, is really good if somebody has cancer because it has SODs in them, which is really good for you. My husband had a friend that used to drink it all the time, and because he had cancer. But he lived like, I don't know, probably 15 years longer than they said he would. They said but he started doing the other stuff, like going to chemo and all that after a while. But anyways, but the chaga is really good. And he said his psoriasis, the guy had psoriasis, and I can vouch for this because my husband had it. And when he got done work, because my husband had a stroke, and a stroke comes from B12 deficiency or magnesium deficiency. They say some from heart, but my husband's heart was good. They could not figure it out why he had the stroke. So when you look up the natural, it says magnesium and B12 are very important for your brain and for your cell function. So what happened was, because he was a pastor, preaching on Sundays, but he had to work too because small town, small church, we didn't have enough money. So he'd drive logging truck, and he was driving like 18 hours a day, and he wasn't eating right because he was on the truck, even though we would eat natural home. But when you're in those truck stops, there's nothing good. So Plus, he was wearing himself out, not eating enough, the right foods, and not getting the vitamins. So anyways, to make a long story short, he ended up having a stroke, but he's doing really good now. They said it was like a miracle. They couldn't believe how well he's doing. He just lost part of his speech. But he used to have arthritis, and he would never drink the chaga because he was always busy drinking the coffees he'd get on the road when he was driving the truck. So when he had a stroke, I started sneaking the chaga into his instant coffee. I just boil the water. And when you drink chaga, it tastes like, if you've ever, welcome everyone, if you've ever tapped maple tree, has anybody ever tapped maple trees? Well, when you tap it, what it tastes like when you first start to boil the syrup, it has a vanilla-ish mapley flavor. And that's what it tastes like. It doesn't really, so you can make it and just put it in a jar and drink it cold. You can mix iced tea with it or what else. But I'm telling you, I can vouch for it because you can see the bumps where I used to started to get arthritis, and then it just stopped, and I don't have a problem anymore. His psoriasis went away since he was drinking it because it's loaded in vitamin C, and vitamin C is so good for your skin. So that's what I wanted to talk about with chaga. And if you go on my wall, you will see a video on there, and it's called How to Make a Tincture with Chaga or Dandelion, because dandelion, you can get dandelion root and you can make a tincture with that, and that's supposed to detox your body. It's really good for detoxing. You can also eat it too. So anyways, so we'll go on. Anybody have any questions about chaga? It's spelled C-H-A-G-A. No? Okay. If you go on the video that I have on my wall, you'll see a picture of it because it's in the video. I have it making it, and it looks like a big chunk, but it's considered a mushroom. But that's what it looks like. And the outside, the dark black stuff, because the inside is like a brownish, and it makes like a golden color, like a brown. It looks like coffee. And sometimes you can just drink it plain. It's really good. But it'll show you what it looks like, and there's more information about the chaga on there. Okay, the next one I want to talk about is yarrow. Just about